Hi there, Aquarius. This is your midweek catch-up reading. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The first card out is your recent past. The next card, which is the Judgment card, is your current energy. And of course, we had the Six of Swords in your recent past, and the near future is the Ten of Swords. So there does seem to be a bit of a story here, doesn't it? It says that in the Six of Swords, you're getting in the boat and moving away from difficult times. You can see you're leaving turbulent waters to look for calmer seas and new shores. So this is a card of renewal. This is a card about leaving maybe a tormented or difficult life behind, and you're looking towards the future for a better life. The Judgment card is rising up from the ashes of your past life. So as you leave what has been turbulent times behind, now you're rising up, and this announces new beginnings or regeneration in your life. And the Ten of Swords says there's been a painful ending. There's something that has truly been difficult for you and is no longer serving you, and so it's time to leave it behind. So this, of course, it's very likely that this is the impetus for getting in the boat and moving across the river. You've moved across the river, and now you're expunging the Ten of Swords from your life. You're cutting it out, and now you're ready for a new beginning. The Four of Cups clarifies the Six of Swords. The Eight of Swords clarifies the Judgment card. And the Knight of Wands clarifies the Ten of Swords. So the Four of Cups is a card of review. It's a card of dissatisfaction. This man is very unhappy with what he's created in this Three Cups, but he's so fixated on the disappointment of this situation that he can't see the new opportunities that the universe is offering him in the Fourth Cup. So this really says that as you're taking the boat towards better times, towards new shores, it's important to move your gaze from the Three Cups and grasp the opportunities of the new cup, the cup that God is offering you. Because if you remain fixated on the Three Cups, it is an impediment to a new beginning, isn't it? Once you've decided to go across the river, now you've got to leave these Three Cups behind so that you can embrace the opportunities the universe has for you as you reach the new shores. The Eight of Swords is a card of being restricted by our own thinking. It says, there is only one way in life. I can't see any other options in life. And like the Four of Cups, this is saying that as you grasp new beginnings, you have to open up your eyes and drop the bindings that are holding you back so that you can see the opportunities. It really is about grasping the opportunities as you move on. There's no point moving on and hanging on to old times and old habits and old situations. You really do need to sweep them out of your life so you have a clean slate to start a new life. And the Knight of Wands says that as you eliminate this difficult situation in your life, you'll feel like a huge weight has been taken off your shoulders, and now you feel energized and ready to charge forward towards new opportunities and new possibilities. In the second row, we have the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So the Ace of Cups confirms that on the other side of the river is love, joy, and happiness. The universe is saying, here's this cup full of love, joy, and happiness. It's actually overflowing with love, joy, and happiness. This is the stuff of new beginnings. This is what you can create your new life with. And the Knight of Swords is a frenetic card he is full of energy and he's charging towards something. He can be a bit rash, and so it's important that you realise that you need to charge towards something that is strategic and not towards some mirage which will waste your energy. So it really is saying, feel that energy. Get ready. You're starting to see life more clearly, but you need to have a goal or an intent to which you charge on your mighty steed. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the Lovers card. And the Emperor clarifies the Knight of Swords. So, of course, the Lovers can mean new love, and with the Ace of Cups, it could mean there is a new relationship. And, of course, if this Ten of Swords situation that you're moving on from is actually a relationship, the universe may be saying that now is the time for new love. As one door closes, another one opens. Of course, if you're not looking for love, this is a choice or a decision. And so in the next week, you could be confronted with a decision that you have to make. It is possible the decision is the should I stay or should I go decision. That is, am I going to not show strength and of character and stay here in the Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords? Or am I going to get in the boat and I'm going to go across the river and get ready to create an amazing new future? The Emperor is a powerful and decisive figure. He is the boss of the tarot. And it says that increasingly, as you embrace the new possibilities of the universe, as you've moved across the river, now you're feeling strong and decisive, and you really are ready to take action, and you're starting to feel like you're back in control of your life, Aquarius. The outcome for the reading is the Two of Pentacles. So this is about rebalancing your life. You can see the ships are struggling over the mighty waves. And this says there's something out of kilter. And often in difficult times, we kind of behave small. We pull into ourselves and we restrict our exposure to pain and suffering, because nobody in their right mind really opens themselves up to being hurt. So you can see the darkness of the Ten of Swords, but you can also see here that the sun is starting to rise over the horizon as the dark skies recede. So as the dark skies recede, your life will start to feel a whole lot more normal, and you'll start to feel like your old self as it comes back into balance. So we've had a flicker over here, and it's the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. So it can be an argument, a discussion, a quarrel. So you may have a physical altercation with somebody about this situation. So maybe somebody will be very unhappy about your decision to move on. It could also mean that there are people around you who aren't supporting you, and they're telling you that this is not the right thing to do, that you need to be a good person and suffer in the situation that you've been in. But, you know, I'm pretty sure you've had enough suffering. It can also mean there's confusion, that there's all these chattering voices, because once we make these decisions, there's a whole lot of self-doubt that creeps in, and the voices within start to question our actions. But really, the universe is being very strong here, isn't it? It really is saying it's time to move. It's time to move on. It's time to leave this impediment, this situation, this struggle, this pain behind. There's some beautiful energies flowing into your life in the Ace of Cups and the Lover's card. And now you're starting to feel strong again. You're starting to feel like the person you know you truly are. And so it's time to move past these voices and rebalance your life. So we'll draw one more card, which is the overarching energy. So there are actually two that wanted to flick out here. There's this one, which is the Four of Pentacles. He has been a frequent visitor recently. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Four of Pentacles is about being stuck in a rut. It's saying that you're hanging on to what you've got very tightly because you're afraid of what the future may have in store for you, or you're afraid of losing these pentacles. And, you know, there's no doubt when you make decisions like this about moving forward in your life and leaving the old situations of life behind, it requires a bit of bravery. It requires the power and strength of the Emperor, and that's maybe why he's sitting here, isn't it? That he is the power and the strength that you need to make a decision to move on in life. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of momentum. It says the wheel of life is turning, and sometimes you're at the bottom and sometimes you're at the top. And it's clear that you've been at the bottom, and now the universe says, now is your time to be at the top of the wheel. Now is the time for rising up from the ashes of your old life. Maybe embracing a new relationship, but certainly getting ready to experience the love, joy and happiness of the Ace of Cups. And it really is time to move past this mental confusion and your life being out of balance. Now is the time to make a positive choice in the Lovers, and that choice is, I'm going to create a new life. Whoops, we forgot to clarify these two cards over here. The Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Six of Wands. There you go. And the Six of Pentacles clarifies the Wheel of Fortune. So the Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. And it says that as you move away from the rut and be a little brave in the Emperor and take step forwards, that success and victory will flow into your life. The Six of Pentacles is a card of rebalancing, particularly in the area of money and finance. And it can also reflect how you give and receive. So often in relationships or situations that we're leaving behind, you've been the giver and somebody has been the taker. And now really it's time to set new boundaries and believe in your self-worth and give yourself a bit of self-love and redistribute or learn how to redistribute your giving and receiving and the love you send in life. And it is also about rebalancing your finances, because certainly if you're in a relationship, or maybe it's been a partnership that's broken down, that may mean that you now have greater say over your money and finance, and that gives you more control of your life. So I hope you like that reading. Give me a like and subscribe so you can catch me next time. I send you much love, joy, peace and happiness. And this is the Spirit Warrior signing out. Ciao.